Most people hold their knives wrong, and that's why simple cuts feel harder than they should be. So let's fix that. Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today, our celebration is all about knives, and we're celebrating the chef's knife. Now, if you ever thought that I'm not good with a knife, well, it's probably not you. You're probably taught wrong. Most people hold their knives wrong, and that's why cutting feels awkward and slow, and it can honestly be a little dangerous. Now, we're not doing chef school today, because if you can hold a knife, you can do this. Let's take a moment and talk about the chef's knife. Here's mine, and this is an 8-inch knife. This is probably the most common size that you'll see in a home kitchen. But they come in other sizes. You can get them smaller at a 6-inch size, which is really good for people with small hands. Or you can get a larger one like this, which is a 10-inch chef's knife. Most people won't have this, but I really enjoy it. Another knife, chef knife, is this kind that comes in this shape. Now, the handle's a little different, and we'll talk about that a little later. So how do you hold a knife? Most people hold their knife like this. Seems like where you should hold it. And they'll do that. You don't want to do that because when you're cutting, you can flip it this way and slide and cut yourself. So you do the pinch grip. You know how to pinch? Like this, right? Pinch here and wrap your fingers around. What does that do for you? It puts you closer to the center of gravity on the knife. And think of it as if you've ever played softball or baseball and the coach told you to choke up on the bat, that's what you're doing. And this is going to give you far more control than holding the knife back here and doing this. I've shown you the pinch and grip, and that will work on any size knife. For example, here's my little paring knife. Pinch and grip. Gives me a lot of control on finer cuts. The same thing will work on my great big slicing knife. Now you may not have one this big, but pinch and grip. Now you see this knife has a slightly different handle, but the pinch and grip method works every handle, every size knife. Pinch and grip, just like this, or like this. Back here, you don't have the control that you had. So there's no death grip, there's no tension, it gets very comfortable. We've talked about how to hold a knife, but what about holding on to what you're cutting? That's where the claw comes in. What does that mean? You take your hand, tuck under your thumb, tuck in your fingers. So you get a claw. See? A claw. Now, what you like to do, what this does for you, it keeps your fingers out of the way. You can have the knife resting against your knuckle, and that will guide your knife and keep your fingers safely out of the way. Just like that. Let me show you what that means. We're going to do some slicing. I'm going to start with just a piece of celery. I like practicing on celery because you have a nice flat side, so it's nice and steady for you. Claw hand, thumb tucked under, fingers curled back, pinch and grip. Now we're going to just use the shape of the knife and we're going to slice. Just like that. What you'll get good at with practice is using the guide, using your knuckle as a guide, and you'll be advancing that celery up and you'll get perfectly uniform slices. And the more you practice, the faster you'll get. You see chefs on TV and they're boom, 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 boom. Takes practice. But this simple act of the claw hand will keep you from getting cut every time. Now, as this gets a little smaller, you can push the thumb back and help it advance it that way, like that. But you always want to keep this claw like this. And use the knife, motion of the ocean maybe, It's doing all the work for you, and that's what you want. Let's talk about another common cut, the dice. What does that mean? Dicing is cutting instead of slicing into very small pieces. There's large dice, medium dice, and fine dice. I'm going to show you today how to do a fine dice on an onion. Now all I've done with this onion is I chopped it in half from pole to pole this way. I took off the top end, but I left the root end, this hairy root end, intact because that's going to hold this all together while I cut it. Claw hand. You want to have your knife, pinch and grip like this, and we're going to make some horizontal cuts. Very carefully. Now, claw hand again, vertical cuts, straight down. The smaller you make these, the smaller your dice. Now, you're just going to go straight down. And you see, claw hand, and this is still guiding my knife how far back I want it to go. Now again, with practice makes perfect. You will get really fast at that and your knife cuts will improve. But you see how easy that was because I'm holding my knife properly, I'm holding the onion properly, and this little technique of some horizontal cuts and some vertical cuts, and now we have a perfect dice. How are we going to clear this up though? Am I going to scoop it up this way? No, never ever do that because you'll cut yourself. Use a bench scraper. Best tool in the kitchen for this because look, you can get all this up at once and it's nice and dull so you're not going to cut yourself. Another very common way to cut things is the chop. Rough chop, fine chop, but let me demonstrate. I have a nice head of parsley here and we're going to cut some off. Now we want to start with giving this a rough chop. Look how easy. Pinch and grip, hand here, flat hand, and we're just gonna let the knife rock, just like that. And we're just going to run it through. How easy. Now, you can go even further and go a little faster, because again, all you're doing is using the shape of the knife and letting the knife do the work. And you can keep going and turning and getting this as finely chopped as you like. This same technique will work when you're chopping garlic, chopping herbs like this. Anything really is this motion. All right, once your grip feels right, everything else gets easier. It gets faster, safer, and much more enjoyable. All right, if you enjoyed today's episode, sign up for our newsletter and get new recipes delivered right into your inbox. Don't forget to subscribe and tap that like button. It really helps us grow. And if you'd like to go even further, consider joining as a channel member. You'll get great special perks, behind the scenes extras, and you'll be part of the community helping shape what we create together. All right, I hope you're all gonna go practice your pinch and grip and your knife skills. But before you do that, I want you to sit back and watch this episode over here. Till next time, everyone, cheers.